you're watching Shalom World News. I'm Donna Villa coming to you from Chicago, Illinois. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. Catholic bishops in Ireland have decried the plans of the British government to introduce a statute ending prosecution for alleged atrocities committed during the period of conflict in Northern Ireland from the late 60s to 1998. Known as the Troubles period, it was a time of unrest when Northern Ireland witnessed clashes between Catholic Irish nationalists seeking a merger with Ireland and Protestants who wanted the nation to remain within the United Kingdom. The proposed statute plans to end prosecutions for alleged killings by both British troops and armed Irish groups, as well as legacy inquests. Irish bishops, victims groups, main political parties of Northern Ireland, and the Irish government have opposed the proposal. Irish Primate Archbishop Eamon Martin of Armagh has said that the proposal will be seen by victims as a betrayal of trust and denial of justice to their loved ones. A church belonging to the Coptic Orthodox community in Canada has been completely destroyed in a suspicious fire. No one was hurt in the blaze at St. George Coptic Orthodox Church in Surrey, British Columbia on July 19, Monday. Except for charred portions of the walls, nothing else remains of the church. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police said the cause of the fire is being probed, adding that the church was the target of attempted arson last Wednesday. Video cameras show a woman in a black hooded sweatshirt trying to light the door on fire. However, police say there is no evidence to link the arson attempt with Monday's morning fire. Several churches in Canada have been burned in suspected acts of arson following the discovery of the mortal remains of hundreds of Indigenous children on the premises of former residential schools run by the church. Another Catholic church in the U.S. has become victim to an act of vandalism. Two sacred statues outside the Church of Our Lady of Mercy in the Forest Hills section of the Diocese of Brooklyn were found destroyed on Saturday at 3:30 a.m. local time. According to diocesan authorities, someone dragged the two statues 180 feet across 70th Avenue and then destroyed them with a hammer. It was also said that the two statues were toppled over last Wednesday. Fortunately, there was no damage. Police believe that the same person was behind Saturday's act of vandalism. The two statues of Saint Therese of the Child Jesus and the Blessed Mother have been outside the church vicinity since 1937. As Texas Governor Greg Abbott has issued an executive order to revoke the license of 6 shelter homes providing care to children of migrants, 2 Catholic bishops of the state pleaded for the government to desist from the decision. The prelates said that the government order would push children into the already stressed state foster care system. As per the May 31st declaration, at least 6 Catholic charity agencies in Texas would lose their license on August 31st. In an editorial published in the Dallas Morning News on Sunday, July 18th, Bishop Mark Seitz of El Paso and Bishop Edward Burns of Dallas said that Texas should continue to follow state law that protects religious freedom and conscience rights of those who care for children. The Associated Press has reported that 18,890 unaccompanied minors are currently under government custody. Pope Francis has conveyed his gratitude to the medical staff and hospital administration who took care of him at the Agostino Gemelli Hospital in Rome, where he was recently admitted for colon surgery. In a letter dated July 15th, the Holy Father expressed his gratitude to the hospital staff. His Holiness wrote, quote, "Upon returning from hospitalization, I feel the desire to address a grateful and affectionate thought to you and through you to all those who form the Big Gemelli Hospital family," end quote. The Pope was admitted on July 4th for surgery because of diverticular stenosis of the colon. He returned to the Vatican on July 14th. Pope Francis also mentioned the medical staff's human sensibility and scientific professionalism towards himself and other patients in his letter. The Catholic bishops of Australia have joined their brother prelates in Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands in demanding the rehabilitation of detainees in Australia. The Australian government had closed its maritime boundaries in 2013 to asylum seekers and mandatorily detained those arriving on boats in centers on Manus and Nauru Islands. On the 8th anniversary of the forceful detention, the Catholic prelates of Papua New Guinea and the Solomon Islands wrote to the President of the Australian Senate, Scott Ryan, and the House of Representatives Speaker, Tony Smith, stating that the indefinite detention of refugees was unacceptable. They also said that forcing them to remain on Papuan soil contradicted the nation's spirit of self-determination. The bishops also urged the authorities to bring at least those detained in Manus and Nauru Islands after 2013 to Australia. The former students of Junipero Serra High School in the U.S. state of California have filed a lawsuit against San Diego Unified School District Board for renaming their alma mater by removing the saint's name. The alumni, family members, and residents of the Tierra Santa community in San Diego filed a lawsuit against Junipero Serra High School principal Erica Renfrey and the San Diego School District, saying that they circumvented the law in their rush to erase California history and the legacy of a Catholic saint. Saint Junipero Serra was a Spanish Catholic missionary who founded Mission San Juan Diego and other settlements in present-day California. His statues were vandalized across the U.S. during the Black Lives Matter protests following the death of George Floyd last year. As Lebanon sinks deeper into instability and turmoil following the resignation of Prime Minister-designate Saad Hariri, Maronite Patriarch Cardinal Bechara Rai has sought the intercession of popular Lebanese saint Charbel Makhlouf. While celebrating the feast of the saint on July 18th, the top prelate expressed hope that Saint Charbel will not let his country fall apart. Aside from political instability, Lebanon is suffering from an acute economic crisis aggravated by decades of corruption and incompetence. The Cardinal called for a new Prime Minister-designate who can tackle the challenges. Since August last year, Lebanon has not had an active administration following the previous government had resigned in the aftermath of the devastating blast in the Beirut harbor. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.